Alright, I had to restart this all over again due to updated reasonings and blah blah blah. Also because I dragged ass mainly because I was doing school and I got lazy. But alright, let's get this started with let's start with um Oscar. So we're starting from the bottom to the top. So what comes in mind when it comes to Oscar is that he deserves his own tier list because when you see this man play, you're like wondering what is going on in his head, right? Like he doesn't aim in much, and when he aims in, it's like you don't know what the fuck he's aiming at until he zooms out, and then you're like, Oscar, why are you watching that area? You know? And so then what boggles my mind is how crazy how this guy would just like manage to get kills, You're like no offense, but at the same time, you're like ashamed of yourself when you're below this man. Because props to Oscar, bro. He's not a bad Frost player. Like he will place it in the most obscure areas that people would not expect, and for some reason, it would just fucking tickle their buttholes and just snap their legs. Like he's crazy with Frost. But other than that, when he says, "Guys, trust, trust, trust me, you guys," huh? Damn it, I was making a video. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So long story short, whenever Oscar says trust, he just goes in there, rushes in, and gets butt fucked by five people. So we're left at a disadvantage of a 4v5, which is a no scenario type of thing. Because, the more numbers you have, the better chance you have. But at the same time, he kind of works like a meat shield, So props are due when it's due when it comes to Oscar. He's a wild card, you know. Not a lot of high players expect what copper players play like, but you know what? That's Oscar for you. Oscar sometimes get his shots in and then just be the punching bag for the enemy team. All right, now Ramses. Ramses, oh Ramses, where do I even start with this man? From him trying out Rainbow, getting back in it, he has been trying the game out, we were vibing with it. Because Ramses barely got back to Rainbow. So then, um, you know, when it comes to him and his skills in Rainbow, it's very hard to say on if he's good that game or if he sold all 4 rounds, meaning we got 4-0'd. Uh, or he deserves his own tier, mainly because the shit that Ramses does in game and the shit he does outside of the game, meaning in the party, this man would talk the most shit. He would be doing it for either the laughs, seriousness, or just joking around. But some people tend to get more edge when you're trying to get in the zone type of thing. You're like trying to focus, you're doing your best, you want to win. And this man will be like, gosh, bro, you're so shit. Meanwhile, Ramses is getting butt fucked. He's going negative. Some what what some would like to call it. But when it comes to Ramses, is that he's just like Oscar. You don't know what you're gonna get from him. He's a wild card. Ramses, he's our go four. No, let, let me backtrack that. 0, 4, and barely one. One kill assist. Or he'll be like third place in the leaderboard. Shit, almost made it once, like top of the leaderboard, but luckily he didn't, because I think Jay took over that shit. But you know what I mean? Like Ramses is just like questionable. Like for my end, I know I could kind of vouch for Ramses when I say it's like, oh, okay, I guess he's not as ass as everyone likes to make him. But I won't lie. I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, Ramses great duo. No, he would be a good person to play with when it comes to like trying to even out when you have plats, gold, and then you have a silver. You know, it evens out the matchmaking. So that's probably one of the few benefits. Ramses, I guess you could say, he kind of does callouts, but at the same time, doesn't move drones. I do have a bad example of Ramses when we were playing rank with him. He deadass made his brother play with him. He said, I'm gonna go shower, and just didn't come back after that, meaning he sold. So not only were we a guy down, but no communications because I'm pretty sure his brother could not hear us because me and Jay were giving call outs. Like we were like, if you could hear us, he's in the right corner, this and that, type of things. And then he wouldn't even know what operator to choose. So we me and Jay got mad, got off, and we called it quits until the night. But you get what I mean? It's like why would you do that in a rank game? Why play in a fucking rank match where you're gonna go shower? But after that, he learned. He's I won't lie. He might be heart stuck silver. He climbed his way out of copper, but still, my boy has much learning to do. But again, like Oscar, a wild card. You don't know what he's gonna get from. He may be carrying the other enemy team. He may be doing okay. The thing that you could get from him for sure is his versatility when you want him to go Capcan. Go Capcan. Guarantee trap operator off the bat. And if not, we could tell him, hey Ramses, go so and so. But you gotta tell him early because then he's gonna be like, I don't know who to play. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't know who to play? Just go Kide. But yeah, no, Ramses definitely a wild card. Deserves his own tier because D is too high for him and too low for him. So we got him his own tier. All right, now with Rafa, aka Ninja Rai 523, D tier. One of the only few in D tier. Someone else would have been here, but I'll talk about that why in a second. But anyways, Rafa. Doesn't play much with us anymore, but I do remember most of the time, Brian, Big Brian, to clarify it, getting upset most of the time. Every time we would play with him, we yell at him, would get annoyed by him, meaning morale was gone right there, and it would just become disputes, and then I would just end the matches, uh, very early, even if it was quick match. So in general, I remember I don't have clips of him or in general like any memorable times. Like I guess you would say he's kind of in the same level as Oscar in terms because you know how to move, you know how to aim. Maybe not the best aim, but just okay at most. So we're just gonna put him D tier. Does not play with us, and yeah, that's all I gotta say with him. Now for Mauricio, C tier. Okay, so when it comes to people being in the borderline edge, like all the way on the right, the reason for that is he's borderline C tier. Like he barely scratched it. He barely made it there, type of thing. Like he would be a D tier, because like Oscar Ramses, like you don't know what you'll get from. Like don't think I've seen Mauricio on top, but again, he doesn't play much with us, so I can't really say much. That's more like on Jay's expertise. Even Jay himself vouched like C is too high for him, but at the same time, it's like it's reasonable because at least Mauricio, we can tell him what operator to go as. Same thing with everyone else in the bottom. We could tell Ramses and Oscar go this person, because at least we'll get some form of like help. And if we talk to them like, hey, do you go to a camera? They'll be like, okay, boom. It's just that's all I can say for Mauricio. Not a bad player, but at the same time, not a top fragger type of thing. You won't see kills from him. But yeah, borderline C would be a D, but borderline C. Now we have Omega side or seed, but that AKA Kevin. And my boy Kevin, I think I remember him being a pretty good player, but he doesn't play much with us, so I can't say where he would be at now. So putting him at a safe C, and everyone else along the list, like safe C, because these aren't religious players. But este again, can't say much. I'm pretty sure somebody else with a better mind would say like, oh, he did this and that. And yes, yes, I would agree. But due to not enough like clips of me that I could find, but I do remember Kevin being a pretty good player. I just remember him being very on edge, which he said he will become too stressed and this is too much for him, and then he'll leave like after a game, which I don't blame him. Rainbow Siege is a mind fucking game. Uh, Carlitos, again doesn't join much in Rainbow, but before he used to, he'd be like, "Yeah, like watch this guy's gonna be on top," and he would actually back up his words. But then at times he'll be getting butt fucked. But again, Carlitos knows what he's doing, type of thing. So a nice spot in C tier. It's not bad for him. Lewis, he barely. That's why I had to restart this whole like voiceover again because like he's not bad. He got back into it. It's just like he'll make good callouts, stuff like that. But sometimes his gameplay would be questionable. But at least he knows the fundamentals of the game, knows what to do. But sometimes could do questionable choices. You won't see much droning of him, but sometimes he would. He could ear rape the fuck out of you, which is also a big no no, because then that annoys people. But again, it's due to the game. No one's fault. Uh, so Lois has control just a little bit of his voice when it comes to being molested in Rainbow, but I still gotta learn from that. Este, yeah, no, Lewis would not be like a top fragger, but he would be like a middle fragger. He does do pretty okay. He could go support, like going Finca and all that. Same thing with defending. He's not bad, but he does get picked off a lot. But sometimes he would stay in room. That's also pretty nice. Yeah, not much that can go crazy with Lewis, but at the same time, not too bad, to the point with like Oscar, Ramses, and Rafa type shit. He would then also like leave like matches, even in ranked games. It's like, no, fuck this shit. But of course, he'll join back, but still, he'll be pretty frustrated. But yeah, it's easily set off, but not bad overall. But does have chances to build himself up. It's just he has to get again back in the groove because he has not played at all because he's been doing Siege RL. All right, with Jesse, as you see, he is on top of the C tier list, and that's mainly due to the fact of Jesse not joining. You know, like recent enough for me to say like up to date Rainbow type of thing. Because when he used to join, it was like older Rainbow. When Jesse was like crazy good, like that motherfucker just butt fucked everybody. Like he'll be like on the top with Little Brian and Big Brian, Axel. Back when I used to be like what? Well, yeah, when I used to be shit and just like being like the bottom fragger, seeing these guys do like big boy plays, and I'm just right here playing recruit. But yeah, no, Jesse knows the basics of the game, bro. He would drone it out. So at times he wouldn't, but then at the same time that's because he had to step away because sometimes his parents would call him. But in general, does not play with us that much, so can't get much evidence with to now type of Rainbow. But he knows how to aim. He could get kills. He could definitely like give good callouts, which I could vouch for that because he's helped me out getting good kills. Este, yeah, no, overall not bad. Just would like to see him join more so I could update this in the future type of shit. But yeah, that's why he's on top of C tier. I That's why I didn't put him on top because este again don't see him much. Este now with Hahe, borderline B tier. Same thing with Mauricio with the borderline thing. Like he should be at C, but then the thing with Hahe is he's a wild card, but like a better wild card. Wild card. Can't even fucking talk anymore. A better wild card, you know, because this guy could get literally butt fucked every single round, and not see anything from Hahe. Or you could literally see Hahe clutch up a fucking 1v4 type of scenario. Because it's happened before. Like, we're like, oh shit, we lost. And that's mainly me. Because I'm just like, well, fuck, man. Like, it's not Hahe's fault. But, like, we just got killed by Emerald players. Like, Hahe's going to get butt fucked. And then you just see him that clutch up. And you're like, no fucking way. That's what I mean with Hahe. Because, like, he does understand the game. But at the same time, his game sense does lack. He could like sometimes not hear some game sounds. I'm not sure if it's because of his headset or because again he still has to recognize like sound cues. But when it comes to like game sense, a little slow. And then when it does suck because like there's so much shit you can take that he blows up. Like he's like he like quits. He's like done, bro. Like he will snap. That's why morale lose, and then he would just get more aggravated. Sometimes that makes him do worse, or sometimes it makes him do better. Because then, the angrier you are, the more fucking on edge you are. And yeah, I say high overall it's not bad, but at the same time, I don't see him drone much. You have to ask him. Este, yeah, no. And his, oh man, when he plays defender sided, oh man, his Valkyrie camps, bro. Oh man, they make you cry. Like again, he has to learn at one point. So he's getting there for sure. But his Valkyrie camps do need work. But he likes to play mainly female operas only. So that's already like somewhat half of the like R6 list operas gone. You know, I mean it's like some shit will be missing. So you won't be able to get much versatility from Haye. But when he does play male operators, like there's this moment with fucking Ace that we needed someone to breach the wall. We were all ready, and then High is already like in the inside somewhere else. Like this is in clubhouse. He's about to enter in the CCTV area. He's like near the bedroom slash gym. He was inside there, and I was like, wait, why isn't nobody getting the wall right? Until I turn to my left and I see the name tag, well, the WTB Inkling 999. I was like, hi, what the fuck? You're supposed to be getting the wall. But at that point, it was already too late. I'm not sure if we won or lost that round, but I remember we were all pissed off at Haye for that because he's supposed to be the breacher. So, again, Haye just has to work in general on his sound cues, game sense, and how every operator works. Don't blame him because I think he barely started getting into the game if I remember him saying that. But love Haye. He'll be a better wild card than the ones in the bottom, which you can kind of trust, but at the same time, he has made people leave, aka someone who I'm about to talk later. But yeah, borderline B would be C, but again, not bad, but not the greatest. All right, little Brian. The reason I put him, he was at S tier until Brian told me this is some facts about little Brian before in the past, so I had to lower him down. I would have put him at C, but we want little Brian to come back, so you gotta You gotta stroke him for a bit, you know. Tell him like, oh come. He's like when you're trying to like baby your baby girl. It's like sweet talk, baby girl. Be like, ah, come on, you're so amazing, baby. Type of shit. That's why I put Lil Ryan up there. You know, to please Lil Ryan come back. We haven't seen you in ages. Please don't be dead. But yeah, no. Jokes aside, I do remember Little Ryan being crazy good. I remember watching an old clip where it was just me and him alive. I choked everything, and Little Ryan for some reason just clutched up the game for us somehow. Very good. I forgot to mention on Lewis's when I was talking about Lewis. He's also down there because he made this Little Brian leave because Lewis had diffuser and Little Brian was in the room much longer. And ever since that, it caused the downfall of, I guess, like who's playing, aka Little Brian. And because of that, we lost a guaranteed squad member. Because don't get me wrong, like if Little Brian stayed, oh man, he would have still been pretty good. But Brian did mention the fact that in rank he would barely do okay, this and that. So due to that, I'm putting. That's why this is like the low list of B tier, because like again, does not play with us, silent, so we don't know how he is to this date. But we're talking about is how he would have played, and if he kept playing, again, everyone will have potential. It's just baby talk to Little Brian. So please, Little Brian, come back, come back. We need you. And let's see. Or okay, now it's me. All right. Oh my goodness, bro. This was like probably like I don't know that I put myself on B because being an A, definitely not. I now I know I could do more better than what I used to. Like before, like when I got into the game, the only like fucking map I could do good in was because of Favela. But other than that, if we're excluding that, I was so dog shit at the game, bro. Like I saw myself go up in this game, bro. Like it was crazy. Like I never thought I would be in the fucking rainbow grind. That's how addicting this game got to the point where I was like, I could hold my own type of shit. So the reason why I put myself below was all right. Let's talk about the cons. For sure, este, I play more now. I could play either helpful characters or kind of like selfless characters or selfish characters. Yeah, selfish characters, aka Blackbeard. He's more of me going into a gunfight type of thing. Like I tend to as the only work on myself type of thing. Like I could try to hold sight and help you out and plant, but that's about it, type of thing. Because I could put in my claymores, boom, done, hold an angle. But then at the same time, due to me playing Blackbeard, gun, 21 bullets. I wish they had two more bullets on them. That's all I ask. But again, selfish operator. Um, could not yeah, it does not benefit the others unless it's like a gunfight type of map, like only gunfight type of map. Because like, of course, all the maps are gunfights, but in situations where you're like basically either the last one alive, he's kind of good, but to benefit the entire team, useless type of shit. That's why when it comes to my pros, I could play characters like Finka due to her being nerfed. Not a lot of people touch her. I would say I don't have the best mastery, but overall I do have a good control of Finka's like primary. Not the energy sadly, but her primary. Which means free Finka boost. But what sucks is for sure let's see. I would tend to scream the racial slurs and I would get on edge. Yeah, definitely not a good morale boost for anybody when someone hears me yell the hard R on top of my lungs. Luckily, I've stopped, but still, I tend to struggle with rage. Uh, I do tend to like sometimes aim. I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck am I aiming at? Type of shit. Same thing with hard stuck peaks. Like sometimes I will peek something for too long, but once I peek away, siege timing type of shit. I do too hard angles, meaning I will stick to it, or sometimes not, or I will keep peeking. It's just a matter of timing. I do gotta work on that. Some pros is definitely is yeah, I don't mind going me due to me having like all the operators. I don't mind anyone telling me who they need, who they want, who don't they want. I could play for sure. Finka, fucking give call outs. I've helped out Jay many times. Like bro, like dual queuing with Jay, not bad. 'Cause when I'm dead, I could for sure bring in call outs. For sure. Another thing for sure is playing like wall deniers. Not a lot of us play wall deniers. It's been normally only me, Brian, but then I have seen a recent trend. That's why I also had to update this. Of like now, Axel. Let's see who else. Yeah, no, Axel playing a wall denier. So he is. Yeah. I'm just trying to be I try to humble myself, try to be like, all right, I deserve to be better. All right, I'm a pretty basic player at best. I've climbed my way from copper to plat with the boys, but it wasn't all because of me. So I would say I'm just a good, decent middle fragger. I would say I still got to work on some shit like Wi-Fi, but other than that, I would say not bad overall. I don't mind playing anybody. I do drone most of the time in the prep phases, and the only times I'm not is because I either took the massive shit slash piss of my life, or I went to aka Texanovia, so I won't get fucking kicked out of my house. But yeah, yeah, I would say that's enough about me. I could update this and add more stuff, or take out some shit, or add in some shit that I missed. All right, Edgar. Oh man, I love playing with Edgar, bro. Such a humble guy. Um, Definitely some of the first, not cons. So the first pros I could think about Edgar is definitely a guaranteed trap operator. Bro would never separate himself from Legion. He is in a gay relationship, and I will live by that shit. Like Edgar is in a gay relationship with fucking Legion. I kid you not. He will sometimes go post, but there will always be Legion. Guarantee Trapper. That's always benefits because whenever you have like some fucking crazy ass tryhards, they'll just rush in. And no worries, Legion got you, bro. Because once they step on that shit, you hear them, you kill them, or they're also slowed down. It takes away 5 of their health if they get greedy, if they want to hold angles. Meaning Legion got you. And that what Edgar fucking plays. El Chinito, like Brian likes to say. Uh, yeah, that's about it. I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So what I like with Edgar a lot too is that whenever my drone gets destroyed during like the droning phase, uh, I could switch over and see everyone else not droning, but Edgar, when I switch to his drone, oh man, he's somehow his drone is alive. No, until they shoot it, of course, but like he drones it, which I like about Edgar. Este, that man is a guaranteed droner and a guaranteed trapper. Uh, the one thing I would say is when attacking, he still has to get his way around with operators. Because when it comes to Edgar, again, always a guaranteed trapper, but again, not much versatility. He's recently he's been trying out like new operators, like like Ace and all that shit. So that's good. So it's just Edgar has to like get to learn operators. Not a bad player. He will be like a middle fragger as well. Not getting all the kills, but at the same time not getting like little bit of kills. They will have like three, which is not the best, but like when we're playing quick matches, yeah. But when terms of ranked matches, Edgar hates it. But when we do convince him, he will play one, and he won't do bad. But at the same time, it's not in his comfort zone, so he can't be higher than B. But his pros that carry him to B is definitely because of his excellent uses of drone, meaning he likes to drone, and sometimes he hides them. So that's a plus for him and for everybody. Yeah, no, guaranteed trapper. You can also tell him if he has a character, like, oh, go with this character, he'll go with that character, bro. That's what I love about Edgar. Full homo. Axel, the man, he is definitely on top of the B tier list, and that is due to him being more willing to do rank than the rest of the guys below me. Lewis, he's been certainly getting into it, excluding high. He would like to do rank because he likes to jump into rank a lot as well. Me, yeah, me too. I'm fucking obsessed with rank. That's it. But everyone else, not really, excluding Ramses, because Ramses is the carry of the enemy team. But yeah, no, Axel definitely, you get your like fourth guy slash your fifth guy of the team because he normally joins in late when everyone's already on, or when he'll be actually the first one to be already on, depending on the day. But definitely a good squad member because willing to join. But nowadays he's like, you know what? Maybe not because I don't blame him. I don't want to kill myself with Rainbow, so I do also get off. But it's the no excellent guy. Due to recent counters to Maestro and nerfs because he took out his, I think his 1.5 if I remember. But yeah, no. And the LMG meta, due to that, they nerf Capital, not Capital, fucking shit, Maestro to the fucking ground. Meaning Axel still, for some reason, makes Maestro work, which is not bad, dude. Like, it's crazy. Like, remember we were playing me, him, and Lewis, and I think a J might have been there, but maybe not. But Axel just fucking clutch a fucking game with Maestro, bro. Like, you don't see that often lately no more, because Maestro is like nerfed to the ground. So many counters. Like, one of the prime examples, like Brava, but Axel would like to go. So, what I like from that is literally a fucking intel operator, which is not bad. And he could shoot from his camera. I remember the same day too. Like, he got a kill off that camera too, because he denied that plant, which is crazy. So again, props to Axel where it has to be done. Uh, yeah, no, but yeah, and since recently I had to update this too, he's been getting into kite, like I mentioned earlier. So now we have more people who's trying out like wall deniers. I mean, not that anybody else doesn't, like the people on top. It's just that they rather go like different operators. So most of the time you only see like the same people going the same wall deniers, not being able to like go anybody else. But again, that's alright. It's not bad at all. Axel again won't never be like, of course, like a top fragger like the people on the A tier. But again, he wouldn't be like a terrible bottom fragger. Like Axel would be like in third or fourth most of the time. But you know, when Axel pops off, he'll be on the top or second most of the time. So Axel, pretty good, solid player, understands the game. So what's it about? Uh, Cons definitely when I switch over to him once my drone is destroyed. Not droning. You have to ask him. But again, don't blame him because he's either on his phone or doing something that his mom told him to do. Or he'll be like, "Oh shit, we started," type of thing. And again, it's alright, but it does suck at the same time because you hate to be the only one droning, which is again an issue that brings down people. And this is an Intel based game, so sometimes if my drone gets destroyed, I would not see anybody else moving their drone. That's why I cry inside. I'm like, oh shit, like someone please move your drone. But then it'll be already too late when they start doing it. But it's whatever. But again, other than that, Axel, yeah, no, doesn't play it as much as the rest of us, but I would say he does join more than the ones below. Definitely not a bad player, but again, would not be like a guaranteed top fragger. So it just kind of elevates him on being on top of B tier compared to the rest. Because, what's me call it? Yeah, Axel has been in this game longer than I have, so he has experience. But yeah, maybe I might have left some things out. But yeah, no. Overall, he has to learn how to do the kite tricking. Till then, he'll be like a solid wall denier. But yeah, his versatility when it comes to operators, he's been trying to. That's why like his versatility does also have to need some work, but he's been trying it out. So, oh, and we also get a guaranteed breacher. That's what I like about Axel too. Like, you don't have to feel like you're the only one going breacher because Axel has your back, man. He's probably one of the best termites I know. But I think that's about all for Axel until maybe like a future tier list, like 2024 tier list, So maybe do this like yearly type of thing. All right, and now let's get to A tier. All right, Ninja Storm 151, or should I say? Nah, I'm just kidding. Brian, aka Big Brian, probably has good game sense. Not gonna lie, Brian is kind of cracked at this game. He has more experience as well, like Axel. He's been longer in this game than I have, but Brian has almost all the operators. No, I think he does have all the operators. That's why when it comes to Brian, he has versatility. He knows like the counters to who to go against. So like as soon as he sees a Brava, he'll be like, all right, then I'll just go this bitch. Or when he sees Gavin, it's like, all right, then I guess I'm running Blitz type of shit. Like Brian just thinks about the counters, type of thing. That's what I like about Brian. Counter picks. Same thing with different games, aka like Overwatch. Yeah, no, Brian overall is good at counter picks, game sense. Uh, definitely comes to wall deniers, good choice. He's also one of the people who always drones, excluding from me and Edgar. Brian does guarantee a drone unless he's fighting with his dogs or fighting with his sisters or having to do chores from his mom. But overall, would be a guaranteed droner, guaranteed wall denier when he sees no one. Or me and Brian would times switch on and off so we both can get a chance of like, not be stuck playing the wall denier. Yeah, no. He knows he's pretty good at counter picks. That's what I like about Brian. Like he's crazy goaded with like the fucking counter picks. Like he just knows, type of thing. Same thing when before I got this headset, like Brian, I don't know what is it about his fucking ears, but like he's like Daredevil, bro. Like he'll just hear someone like, oh yeah, he's literally fucking Jewish Jinxie. I'm kidding, Brian. You're not Jewish Jinxie. You're Mexican Jinxie. He's like he could just fucking do crazy sound cues. Like like Brian could just hear like, oh yeah, he's like on the left, like far east corridor, and you're just like, motherfucker, what? I'm literally holding fucking bridge. Like how the fuck do you know he's all the way over there? Type of thing. Even though the camera's destroyed. So Brian again, not a bad player. Type of thing. He deserves his spot, A tier. You know, but the reason why, and the reason why Brian is an S tier type of thing is definitely has to do with morale boost. Oh my goodness. Brian is like an RPG boss that gives you a negative effect to you as a player playing the game minus negative. Minus like you just get hit by a negative like fucking effect, like in fucking Minecraft, bro. Like a morale boost down, and that has to do when Brian fucking snaps. Oh boy, when that shit happens on some real shit, either everyone shuts down, bro, and you're just like, damn, we're fucked, type of thing, like, because it sucks, like when you hear him yell and you're just like, damn, you're stunned. That's how it is. Like you're stunned, your morale boost is done. That's why I describe Brian like a fucking RPG boss or like some Elden Ring boss. You just get hit by negative effects, like like your own teammate, bro. Fucking shit. Like it just be like, gosh, and just snap, get off, type of thing. And it just comes with that with like beef with some people because due to that he would just lay it on somebody. And sometimes it'll be truth, or sometimes it'll be like a little bit too over exaggerated, which would make it into like a whole like blocking moment, aka why Ramses is still blocked to this day. Uh, Sometimes has trouble with the Hahe and Lewis type of thing. So again, uh, Brian has to for sure when it comes to like that, he has to like I guess tone it down. That's why I said like with me and Lewis, like how we spout shit, like we gotta tone it down, type of thing. That's why with Brian, he gets easily overheated. And again, it's not his fault, but it's due to playing Rainbow too much. Brian just fucking goes AWOL with how he dies. Because trust me, we've all been there. How we die by shitty death, aka call siege timing. When you hold something, they finally peek it, then you get killed. Pues ni modo, get fucking butt fucked, and that shit is fucking annoying. Let's see. But yeah, I think that's about it for Brian. Definitely a good, solid top fragger, but sometimes when Brian is not having a great day, would be in the bottom. But yeah, that's when he's not having a good day, and that mainly has to do with when he rages. I guess he tends to like how he plays. I don't know how he, how he abuses his controllers or shit like that, but sometimes when due to like outside world shit, like his controller will like fall down, meaning his controller now has drifts, which causes an issue on Brian's performance, which is why he kind of also gets pissed off, and he doesn't join much too because of it. So you can't really blame him, but at the same time, it does suck, which affects his performance. So Brian again, A tier, overall pretty good, decent callouts, because he'll be on camps or be annoyed enough to be like, all right, I'm done, I'm walking out. Now with David, him and Lewis, Big Lewis, to not confuse anybody, are neck and neck. I don't know how they're both not in order, if that makes sense. Like they're on top of in terms of Brian, because these guys are fucking crazy. These guys play like either champions or sometimes when you see them both roam, and you're the reason why these guys are A and not S tier is because due to almost everyone roaming, they leave the people who were in the rooms alone. Like I remember just sitting in fucking bank on the room by myself, and everyone was roaming. It was like literally the same lineup on as everyone else. Jay, Lewis, David, and Ramses are all roaming, and they all got fucking picked off. Like you will assume like two roamers at most. Nah, they were all roaming. I think they would probably get like one or two kills and then just leave me to fend myself off of like four or three people inside objective, bro. And I will barely be able to take down two people and then just get killed by the other two due to me having to reload. Like they play like champs, but at the same time, sometimes they just roam too much, which I don't blame you, type of thing. But at the same time, like a lot of people like to roam in the group, aka the Rainbow Squad, so it causes that kind of interaction. But again, they do notice it, so then they're like, oh yes, someone's had to go this operator, this and that, and then kind of make things work. Same thing with both of them having to be no. They've been in the game longer, and for sure, like when they come back from work, it does also affect how they play because they could be tired, like everyone else. Yeah, no, not bad players. Again, the reason why they're also held back down to A tier, not S tier, is they don't drone for shit. Like again, when my drone gets destroyed, I asked like, can you drone? I'm not sure if they're doing something in real life that like something happened, which I understand if you gotta use the restroom or anything like that. But again, almost every game, no droning from them, which is like makes me cry, type of thing. But I can't say much because they'll be like either your top fraggers or you see them in the bottom. So they're like crazy good in gunfights, but then again, they just stick too much into it, or they'll just be too greedy that it'll turn a 5v3 into a 3v3 into a 3v1 type of thing. Like we had the upper hand, but then due to them getting greedy, uh, they got killed or finished off, leaving the rest of the ones alive, fend off for themselves. And that it does suck when it happens like that. But again, don't blame them because in general they're good. But it is a team-based game. But very good players overall. Like I won't lie, always be on top of me, or I don't know how, but they'll be below me. I'm just like stunned. I was like, where did we go wrong? And the thing with Lewis, I would say, is his spawn peaks. They're crazy good, but at the same time, with going with people who are also experienced with him, he gets killed right off the bat, leaving you at a 4v5. Unlike others, like it's the Oscar Ramses, which is like leave you at a 4v5. You knew that you were already gonna get a 4v5 with them, but with him, it's like you're like taking a gamble, either getting a good player or not. Like sometimes you'll risk it for a bottom fragger, which is good, because now we are at a 5v4. But it sucks because then if he gets reverse spawn peak, meaning like they killed him trying to spawn peak, which I have seen before, it sucks because now it's a 4v5, and sometimes they could rush other afterwards, or they could just play it slow and then out of nowhere just sneak up and just fucking grenade you from the hatch or a Mara rush you. And it does suck, basically, when it comes to that. But again, not his fault. But again, he does put himself at these risks, which have a high cost but high reward type of thing. Because sometimes you get a top fragger, middle fragger, their second top fragger, or their bottom fragger. That's why it's like a high cost, high reward. Well, high risk, high reward. Same thing with David. He would sometimes do the crazy spawn kills, but again with Lewis, same consequences, same rewards. So again, they gotta work on their droning. Versatility, they like to mainly go roamers. Sometimes they'll go like wall deniers or Jaeger, which is like they go depending on how the map goes or the game goes. Like they'll play who they see fit. So I can't tell much because again they have more experience. And now Jay, top of A tier, bro. Motherfucker is crazy good. You could pair him up on how he acts like Black Jinxie when he gets fucking kills. Like when he gets kills, he just goes like type of shit. Like sorry for the ear rape, but type of thing. Like that motherfucker would just go crazy. Bro would like just start like Ramses get off my dick type of thing when he gets kills like that. Like Mantis Black Jinxie. Not with sound cue, but with kills. That's the thing. So motherfucker would go in there, get kills. Same thing with defending, get kills. Definitely a good top fragger, type of thing. Like he knows his way around with his game sense, gunfight sense. Definitely how headshots were, quick peeking. Like sometimes I told Jay, "Don't do it, Jay." Then he does it, gets kills, and you're like, "Well, I can't say shit, wasn't it?" Good job. But then again, that was risky. So again, Jade, like everyone else on top of the list, is like the high risk, high reward type of shit. But because when you lose them, it becomes a little bit more tough. Same thing when he joins in late. He's like, "Oh man, I'm too tired for this shit." So you just see him on the bottom, bro, and you're like, "Damn, Jay, what happened?" And he'll be like, "Bro, it's because I'm tired." But yeah, Jay definitely, again, like everyone else on top, other than except excluding Brian, is they have a tendency to like not drone, and again, due to outside world reasons, it sucks. I don't know what to say other than that, and then stop being a douche. But again, if you can't drone, then I guess it's okay. It sucks, but it's whatever. It's not the end of the world. But when you do tell him, he would drone. But again, like all late about it. But sometimes he would surprise you and be like droning. I'm like, huh, let's go. He yeah no, he has a good tendencies of clutching up, like very low numbers of chances of winning. He clutches up like a crazy madman. Same thing with everyone up here. Like not overall, not bad players. As all they have to work on is their droning. When it comes to communications, they do good callouts. Sometimes though, cause uh, I fuck man. Sometimes I would be told like call out like, oh, he's on your left. I get killed on my right. I'm like he wasn't in my left. So it's just it comes need to work. But again, no one's perfect. That's why I didn't put no one at S because again, no one fucking deserves it. Like we all still need to work on our team skills, game senses, and just gun skills in general. Like we have to just keep improving so we could be good, but we kind of can't because we keep getting shitted on by rank 2.0 due to the new ranking system and being put up against fucking champions for some reason. But you know, what can you do about it? We're addicted fiends in this game. That's why in S tier I put our mines because I don't know how the fuck are we still alive and haven't blown our brains out because of this game. But that would go in S tier. Our fucking mines, because our minds are fucking crazy if we're trying to like keep on going and persevering in this game, bro. Like with the fucking fact that our brains hasn't given us the urge to fucking blow our heads off, even though we've been close, we haven't. That's why my brain has said multiple N bombs. Do I regret it? Yes. Do I report people? Yes. The motherfuckers with 0 kills, reporting them as griefers because they are refusing to participate in the match and sabotaging the match by, again, getting 0 kills. Not even kills, just 0 kills. Fuck you, Xbox randoms. You are shit. But yeah, our minds deserve S tier because those are the true winners in this fucking shitty game. Thank you.